Alrighty, here we go. How are you doing, guys, gals, and pals? Um, Here I'm going to showcase Harbinger Scarab focus strat. It's been already mentioned by many people, but here we go. We are going to actually abuse the interaction between the Harbingers themselves and the King Harbingers with the um, Beyond Scarab of the invasion, and we're going to do that so we get many Beyond monsters which aren't actually stealth nerfed like Harbinger monsters are to drop loot. So when we get a regular Beyond monster, all the modifiers to stuff apply, and they actually drop a lot of loot. Fuck it. And so what I actually was able to do was farm around 20 divines per hour with this strat, which actually went to 553 by 3. So when I sold all my useless scarabs, as you can see, I have only scarabs that I'm going to use, or like two here and so on. My scarab stash went from I was picking every scarab in the ground, by the way. So my stash tab after selling everything went up 53 divines. So if we take that into account into the 3 hours, more or less around the time that it takes to farm them up, we're talking about like 16, 17 divines extra per hour to the 20 base we get from the big drops. And also don't forget that we're actually running a pretty cheap setup, with only Regency being an expensive scarab, like oh crap. Okay, I'm actually selling a lot of this, so they go like 149 or 148. So in 20 map it's going to be 2 or 3 divines at most. So don't worry too much. Of course, the map always pays itself by fragments. Here the newer versions of the bosses, whatever, we get the fragment. I'm doing Fortress because of the barrels and because it has a pretty easy layup. Otherwise, I'd actually run Sanctuary if I think if I wanted to be on like the best, the per hour comes from here because of the consistency you get from the fragments, instead of Fortress where you may get 1 or 2 things eventually by the barrels. So it's like random versus consistency, and I think that usually consistency always wins. So anyway, I do Fortress because why do I care, right? So here we have a map. Let's check them all. They usually have a high scarab roll and either high pack size, currency. Here we have more scarabs. I think here I have no. I don't have any more maps because I've actually done them all. So first we're going to have 3 Harbinger Scarabs, of course, 1 King Harvey Scarab and 1 Beyond Scarab of the Invasion. We pick Harbinger on the map device, and then we'll. Before that, I'm going to show my map device, my Atlas, sorry. We block everything except Harvest, Ultimatum and Blight, because those are the scarabs that are actually selling. Like we pick this, we pick any of these, and we said this one, which I don't have, but we can check it by saying that by seeing that it's 1.25 divines, one catalyzing scarab. And then we have doubling, which go for 10 to 11 to 12. That's pretty good. That's also why we have ambush, not only because of containment but because of discernment, because discernment is also like 13, 15 for a divines, so they actually are a great drop. And then we have blight, as I said. I'm not sure if blight heart is a good one. No, I just forgot to delete it. Blooming actually is worth something. It's like 17 divines, 17 for a divine, sorry, and invigoration is like 3 or 2. So those are the ones where I'm blocking. And then we go for Harbinger. We don't care about the shards actually, because we're doing the Harbingers just to spawn the beyond monsters. We go for this now because we know we want more currency. If I had enough points, I actually think this one is pretty decent, because you can drop a what it's called, I don't even know if I have it. No, tainted midi carve. Oh, sorry, tainted teardrop or exalted orb, which are the ones that are most expensive. Yeah, you see I'm missing them, but anyway. And then more scarabs, of course. We go for all the scarabs here. We don't pick this one because the only unique mob in our mob, the only unique mob you're going to see in your map is the boss, because we are blocking beyond the bosses. So, and the Harbingers can be damaged by yourselves just by killing their monsters. So we got this again, no shards here because we're here only for beyond. This one obviously, and then I complete the wheel picking the wood scarab nodes. Cartography is actually a personal choice, not only because risk is a previous scarab going like I have here like they go for 7 for a divine thing, yeah, 7 for a divine. And not only that, but I actually use the cartography scarabs in order to farm some tier 16s and that kind of stuff. So it's just a quality of life for me. But if you want to drop this point, you can get whatever you like 3% more here. You can even block maps and do a more map focused strategy where you get 16.5 dunes. Like I got a shit ton and I burned through a whole lot of them. Also we go after this circle, we only get this one. The altar thingy, we don't care that much about Eldritch pack size, because again we have the Harbingers who are going to be our main fodder. Chisel, more pack, scarabs, more effect, more scarabs per rare modifier, and since we're going to see a ton of rare monsters, there are going to be some that have many modifiers eventually. And then we go for more beyond. Actually you can drop this for these 3 nodes here and a couple here. We have 1 4, we get 3 here, 1 here, or something like that. But I like to have my altars spawning actually, so yeah, I don't want to do this one. You could do the Syrian Exarch. The thing is that one of the downsides of the Syrian Exarch is like take between 600 or 1200 chaos damage per second. I'm kinda capped, I think, if. Oh no, yeah. I have 67% resistances only with the flask, and if we count the headhunter buffs, I'm going to be actually capped or even over the cap. Like sometimes my resist gets to 77, I think. I don't know, I don't usually check it, but anyway, I mean, it's a ticking time bomb and it doesn't feel very well. So that altar downside is one that we cannot avoid. We cannot run, and so I decided to just go for. Okay, sorry. So just go for the Eater of Worlds. We actually get more because this ensures that we get more altars throughout our maps, and this only ensures that we get a first altar, and also anything that is quant or map or scarab dupe chance is stronger here because it is it has a 50% increase effect, and here it has another option instead of more effect. So scarab here, dupe scarab here tends to be fuck, I hate this climate in here in my country. We have 35 degrees days, like super hot, and then the nights drop to 10 degrees, and I usually shirtless during the day, and then I usually don't put on a shirt because I just say I can run through it, but I actually can't because now it's kinda cold and my nose is running a bit, and I'm also coughing a bit, so it's hell here for climate. And finally, we just grab everything that affects scarab maps, more scarabs, block the bad ones, Harvey, beyond, and we're set. It's a pretty easy tree for the Scarab. We have 3 Harbinger, 1 Beyond Scarab of the Invasion. This is the MVP of the strat, and then we have 1 of Regency because a King Harvey actually drops more currency. From here I dropped like 6 or 8, I don't remember, during a 20 map trial. But as I said, since we don't buff these ones, the shard drop chances, and don't dupe them with the Warholer Scarab, we actually don't pay that much attention to the shards, and honestly it's just another bonus. We don't really care that much about the shard. So what I'm going to do is first of all check if there's a wild good. No, there isn't, so I'm just going to run. These maps were bought off of trade with decent pack size, like 35 or so more, or 35 or more or so. I would scarab roll either an even better scarab roll or some currency. Here we can see we have a great scarab roll, so my rechecks is pretty easy. I just actually open the trade tab in game. I just put the months I wanna block, since they are only 4, and off I go. I just also select like Scarab. Let me show you to you. Let me show it to you. So Scarab, quality Scarab. Then here we choose, let's say, a. I think Scarab. I think it's this one. Let me search for a second. No, it isn't this one. I'm sorry, Scarab, more Scarab, 60%. There we go. Yeah, here. Okay, it's more Scarabs. Then we put another count. One. It's either currency, more currency. Let's say 100. Or Scarab, like I don't know, let's say 140, and then we do here to MISC, and we check that the where is it? I know that there's a pack size thingy here, but okay, here it is. Map pack size, let's say 30. We put fortress for this one. I'm sorry guys. In fortress map we put 30 pack size. Let's just not corrupt. Of course, if you want to add mods that give you like a reflect name. Monster reflects elemental damage. Okay, we're blocking this one, and so you add the ones you don't want to have, like minus max res, or let's say I know the Nama over this one, let's say let's say these ones are the months I can run, so we pick this one. We see that it's 50 chaos. Okay, so it has a decent pack size, 140 scarabs. Here we see that we have one with scarabs and currency, and so on, and off we go buying them. They usually are a bit more expensive than just a raw fortress, but I mean, in the time you take running specifically for one of these maps, not only you're going to roll over very expensive maps that you're just to have an infinite source of maps in order to actually not ruin yourself, but you need to roll a ton because we're rolling for very specific things, and here I'm just doing, it's either divination currency, plant, scarab dupe, or I pick boss or monster mob because, okay, I think I fucked up. Yeah, here it's just always right, down, or whether right, it's just kind of an L-shaped thingy to go to the boss room. Here this won't be. I have 20 alks, 20 balls to run with me in order in case if I find a strong box or anything. So we go to the map, we drop some brands, they die, usually it doesn't take too much. Okay, we're done. Everything is dead here. We pick up the fragments and then we keep running the map. And as I said, this is pretty easy, pretty straightforward. With my build, you just run around and everything dies. Like, it's actually a bit. I'm not going to say annoying because it sounds so entitled, but it's kind of sad that you just frost blink twice or 3 times and you're 3 screens away from the thing that just dropped. So you have to go back and pick it up and do something like this. And I heard another one, but I'm going to take care about it later. So we just run them up. We go first to the boss, then we take the outsides, and then we do the inside part of the fortress. So since I'm going completely off script here, I might also say that beyond hating the climate here, the days are so fucking hot and dense. Like we have a lot of humidity here. It's a very gruesome thing to live day by day, at least during the sun hours. But anyway, I've managed 29 of those, so I think I can manage another one. We get a bridge, we get the best one. The only bridges, the only bridge events I don't do are the hives, actually, because I found them pretty useless compared to the time they take, because the small defended tower ones are like 5 to 7 waves, and that is pretty fast, and the rewards you get are pretty decent considering the time invested. But the protect the hive brain, hive gland, I don't know, like they take so fucking long, it's incredible. Okay, one of the only valuable ones. No flask for us. No, sorry, no headhunter, mage, blood, whatever it was. Yeah, and then it's just we move for a bit here, let our herald of the hive do its thing. We have charges taken care of, we have everything with the herald of the hive. Now I'm going to swap just to disable the herald of the hive because I can, and then we go. Like, this is the clear only from the brand. I'd say we're pretty good. So Herald of the Hive is massive for screen clear. As you can see now, everything is gone. Yeah, this one is important. I'm also running a spanning version, even though I say I wouldn't, because actually the extra tankiness not only helped me achieve level 100, but it feels nicer in these settings where there are hundreds of monsters hitting you, and you know, suddenly you are stuck in nothing with 1 frame per second, because the computer cannot process that you have Spotify open at the same time that you have the game. So Svalin helps a lot, at least for me. During my campaign to 100, it left me time to see whenever I was getting into those situations. I knew I was able to survive the few seconds that it takes for me to exit to character selection to reset the game. Whether it was considered lag, like if it was a ton of beyond monsters, they were going to be probably dead or whatever. And Svalin actually helped me for that, because as we know, it has an actually higher block chance than a regular setup, just by being lucky block. And since I have oh crap, here I have block here, and I think I have block here. No, I think I have another one with block, or I don't, but yeah, I have one more. And these 3 points are actually wasted. I'm just waiting to get my 50 divines to get my voices here and use the Forbidden Flame and Flesh and another another Herald medium cluster, but whatever. I'm in the mood of many upgrades that have to be done at the same time, so I'm just going for the cheaper thing that's available at the moment, and then when I get them all, I'm going to unite Exodia, kinda. It's going to feel actually pretty fucking sick because I'm going to have voices, another medium herald effect, and damage cluster, more block chance, and I think I even actually drop as a mountain, which would actually also let me take infused and get all these points back again, but I haven't crafted it yet. Anyway, here's our map. We didn't get many important interesting things, but whatever, it's like Scar of Wisps, Master of Lineage, this one's pretty good too, Key Components too, sorry, Discernment is good too. In and of itself, a single map isn't going to be a great sample because of the variation in drops. Like maybe you're going to get a map that has 3 laggy drops and then you go 4 without one, but all in all it evens out at around 20 units per hour profit, because the maps pays for themselves. I actually got like 3 times the amounts of scarabs that I used. Yeah, I have 100 something, and I actually used 60. These are 60 more, so I use like 60 and got 160 or so. We also got a ton of recency scarabs, which I'm selling right now, but whatever. Of course, the Beyond scarabs are actually like, I don't know, 1k each. If we're going to be paying a lot for them, but they're 1 to 9. I mean, you can just pop here like I want 20, I'm going to pay 10, and you're going to beat these offers by a ton. But even go higher than this, make them feel like they are actually selling something worth, and then you're going to get a ton of these ones. And they also drop because Beyond scarabs aren't actually blocked here, so I also don't like doing the ultimatum thingy here points, because I feel it pushes away these scarabs instead of just pushing away all the others. And these ones are the most expensive, like Awakening, Pandemonium, Bloodlines, the yellow one, which preserves all your other scarabs, and also Nemesis is pretty expensive. I think 1 goes for 9 goes for a divine, so all of these are pretty expensive. These ones are pretty expensive, and here we go, eating the scarabs, and we may get 1 or 2 catalyzing instead of many of these ones. So all in all, I think that that discussion is kinda enough, but let's see if I can configure it this properly. Here I have, okay, so is this showing? Yeah, this is showing. Okay, so this is my wealthy exile yesterday, before I started the game. I sold some embers, whatever, but this was yesterday. After everything was said and done, I gained 11 divines, and actually, if we go to this thingy, I jumped 53 divines after I was done selling all my scarabs. Of course, if we ignore the Scarab of Awakening, we still have a ton of money in scarabs. This hasn't refreshed, by the way. This is a snapshot before the I'm sorry, I wanna hide it. This was a snapshot of the tab before I sold them all. So here we can see what was previously happening in my stash. You see, I didn't count the Awakening because I had actually 24 before that I bought for harvest, but whatever. So I sold them the catalyzing. I'm in process of selling the regency and whatever. But all in all, you can see here that we actually gain 53 divines just by doing the 3-to-1 recipe, which is okay. Okay, here I'm going to show with a ambush scarab because it doesn't matter, but you sell 3 scarabs, you actually don't, I think you don't have to be the same. You can sell 1, 2, 3, and there you go. As you see, you get a new scarab, and they could be anything. They could even be an expedition scarab, which it's even worse. So let's try again. Interestingly, we found a third ambush scarab, so let's stop there. Okay, so that was the strat. These are the scarabs that I use. Either of ward, always pick double scarabs. That means even if it's less max cold than max lightning, because we have headhunter, not even rest capped, and I couldn't care less because I know that either anything that comes close to me dies, or it's going to kill me if it goes through my block, or if I block it, it dies, because I have like 100 million DPS with a single brand. So whatever. So this was what I played from 98 to 100, and this what I'm going to keep playing a bit because I want chisels of proliferation to do my harvest. I have here the maps already set up, but whatever. I think harvest is highly lucrative right now with the prices of Awakening versus the prices of Life Force. Oh fuck. It's okay. So let's say we sell at 3,200, and this is 1. If we're being fancy, but we could actually throw a 21, 20 and get on top of the list, you know, or even accept 1.1. It isn't a loss actually at all, but whatever. These are pretty cheap. As I said, here we can go instead of scarabs, you tinker with the pack size, the models you don't want, and pick one of these ones, of course, unless you wanna pay like uh 120 chaos for the map. We just lower this one, like currency we go 480, let's say Scarab 60, and pack size 50, and then we go 57 chaos here, monster pack size, we had 126 more currency. Actually, this interests me. I'm going to join it, and this is going to be everything for this video. This is how I made currency with Scarabs and Harbingers. I didn't actually think it was going to work. Okay, this isn't corrupted. This is no. Okay. Oh, just another great tip. Use Windows plus V, like as in vowel, or Victor, of course, just to open your I don't know how it's called, like paper something, note something. It shows all the things you have copied, so you can copy a rejects or many rejects, like you used to do when we have a shorter amount of words here. But I have one for pack size and then one for the scarabs and shit, or currency and shit. The pack size is also blocking the most I don't like, but whatever, you can do whatever you like. This is anyway referring to the topic of harvest, which doesn't have anything to do with what I'm planning. I was talking about, which was farming scarabs with harvest and beyond. So with the sight of a neatly and tidily scarab tab, we go. We got some intrusions here. I know that I actually could sell like this much and I wouldn't feel a thing, but I just wanna keep the shrine scarabs in case I need some, and so on and so forth. Like at this point in the league, in this point of year, and this point of anything, I don't care about anything. So I'm just having fun, you know. And since having fun is the best thing that there is in this game, it's not chasing divines per hour. I'm off to do another map with, shall we see, 136 here, and in game I'm just going to show the scarab chance 211, and then off we go. I think I just killed something by being still and a discernment. Okay, that's pretty nice, I think. Okay, that's a good start to the map, definitely. You see here that actually I'm kinda losing my ES, so definitely maybe this is a no block. Oh crap. Oh, dang. Okay, so I'm going to leave this blooper and end the video. See you soon.